taller I become.
For Freedom Academy Charter School. Welcome to another morning circle with Bob and Mark. It is Tuesday, May 19th, and I hope that you are all well. Let's all please stand in a strong Angalaya for the morning libations. Of course, given permission to us by Dr. Mama, our elder in the institution. Let's all please stand in a strong Angalaya. And to the permission, we pour and we say Ashe. And family, first we pour libations to the gift of life, laughter, love, and learning, Ashe. We pour to good health, Ashe. And the energy that woke us up this morning, Ashe. We pour libations to the Creator, known by many names and many faiths, Ashe. We pour to new beginnings, Ashe. We pour affirmations to the cradle of civilization known as Africa, Ashe. And we pour to the many gifts given to the world from Africa, like the sciences, arithmetic, scripture, astronomy, agriculture, Ashe. To humanity, Ashe. And we pour to those who are from the continent of Africa, who became explorers, who were not afraid to leave the continent to flourish, to give humanity to earth, and to those lives we say Ashe. And we pour to those who remained on the continent of Africa and helped build beautiful and big cities, Ashe. And we pour to the kingdoms that were created, kingdoms like the Mali kingdom, and the Kush kingdom, the Kemet kingdom, Nubia, Ashe. And to the nations that were named after, like the Yoruba nation, the Kush nation, the Congo nation, the Songhai nation, the Zulu nation, and the Maasai nation, Ashe. And to the kings and queens of these nations, Ashe. And we also pour to the freedom fighters of these nations, because our freedom was challenged. And so many people stepped forward and helped lead revolutions to fight for our freedom, Ashe. And we pour libations to the Ma'afa, the Middle Passage, Ashe. And to the millions of lives that were lost, Ashe. But there were so many survivors from the Ma'afa and the Middle Passage, those from whom we descend, Ashe. And we also pour to the kingdoms and the nations over here on this side of the world, in North America, Central America, South America, and the Caribbean, Ashe. To the Mayas and the Aztecs, the Olmecs, the Taínos, the Caribs, the Iroquois, the Cherokee, the Creek, Ashe. And we pour to the freedom fighters of the New World, Ashe. Freedom fighters like Toussaint Louverture, Medgar Evers, Nat Turner, Ida B. Wells, Ella Baker, Fannie Lou Hamer, Harriet Tubman, Ashe. And to the institutions, those who teach us about our freedom fighters, our kings, our queens, our kingdoms, the nations that we come from, Ashe. And those who continue to teach us about our history, our past, also teach us about the state of where we are today in order for us to move forward, Ashe. Institutions like the HBCUs, Sankofa Freedom Academy Charter School, and the Freedom School Movement, Ashe. And to the scholars, those who are learning right now about our past so that we could build a brighter future, those who are building our circles, Ashe. And to the babies and the babies' babies and those who will come and complete our circle, Ashe. And family, we pour to our personal ancestors, and may we hold them in our hearts, Ashe. And lastly, family, we pour to the ancestors and hope that they receive and accept this libation, Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. And so, family, the principle of the month is, and that means, Ashe. The principle of the month is Kawumba, and that means creativity. And family, a lot of you have been sharing some things, some creative art from some of you guys. Sister Dasha has been sharing some of your work. Sister Jadea has been sharing some pictures of you guys on your Kuumba. And I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing some of those pictures, and you guys are going to see more. And I want us to continue to share. Family, there's only 3 weeks left in our school year, and I really want us to stay on our Kuumba, but also stay on our Nia, stay in our Kuji Chakalia, stay on all of our principles throughout the summer, and we're going to keep checking in. But anyway, we're talking about Kuumba, and I have a very special story that I want to share with you. It was actually a story that my daughter wanted to share with you. It's actually one of her favorite books right now, and it is called The Dot, and she wanted to share it with you guys. And so why don't you check it out? And I'll see you on the other side. Yay, Bo. Yay, Bo.
The Dot by Peter Reynolds. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. "Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm," she said. "Very funny," said Vashti. "I just can't draw." Her teacher smiled. "Just make a mark and see where it takes you." Vashti grabbed her marker and gave it a good, strong jab. There. Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper toward Vashti and quietly said, "Now sign it." Vashti thought for a moment. "Oh, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name." The next week when Vashti walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the dot that she had drawn, her dot, all framed in swirly gold. I can make a better dot than that." She opened her never-before-used set of watercolors and set to work. Vashti painted and painted. A red dot, a purple dot, a yellow dot, a blue dot. The blue mixed with the yellow. She discovered that she could make a green dot. Vashti kept experimenting. Lots of little dots and many colors. "If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too." Vashti splashed her colors with a bigger brush on bigger paper to make bigger dots. Vashti even made a dot by not painting a dot. At the school art show a few weeks later, Vashti's many dots made quite a splash. Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. "You're a really great artist. I wish I could draw," he said. "I bet you can," said Vashti. "Me? No, not me. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler." Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. "Show me." The boy's pencil shook as he drew his line. Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle, and then she said, "Please, sign it."
Yes, yes, family. I really hope you guys enjoyed that story. My daughter Jayla wanted to share that story with you guys because she knew that the principle of the month was creativity, Kuumba, and she's a very creative child. I have such creative daughters. All three of my daughters are so creative, and and she said, "Well, I have a story about creativity," and so she wanted to read it to you, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it. The Dot by Peter Reynolds. And as you may have noticed, some of you may have noticed, the main character in the story, her name was Vashti, which is the name of one of our books from last month, our book of the month, Little Heroes and Little Legends. Vashti Harrison was actually the name of our author and illustrator. And I'm wondering if there's a connection. I'm going to do some research on that, but I thought that that was a great coincidence. And so I hope that you enjoyed the story. And I want you to comment down below your thoughts on the story and how the story connected with you. Also comment down below the word of the day. And it's a very simple word. And it's connected to the principle of the month. Family, the word of the day is art. Again, family, the word of the day is art. And so we are surrounded by art. It could be colors, it could be sound, it could be paintings, it could be structures. There's so much art around us. And art could be looked at as fun, it could be looked at as silly, it could also be looked at as very serious. Some artwork was created to be taken seriously. Some artwork inspired movements and inspired change in our community. And so I think that art is a powerful word, and I want to know what do you art? What does it mean? What does art mean for you? Art to me means expression. It means if I'm feeling a little something inside and I can't really use the right words to express it, I want to create some art and say, look, this is how I'm feeling. So art to me is expression, and it could be something that builds or inspires or changes. So art means a whole lot to me. Art also means music to me. I love music. I love singing. I love listening to people sing. I love great music. So that's art to me as well. And art just makes me feel good. So what do you think when you hear the word art? And what are some things that you do that creates art? What are your forms of expression? How do you express yourself artistically? So again, family, the word of the day is art. And so I want you guys to please make sure you make comments down below about the word of the day, your thoughts on the book, and what does art mean to you? Yay, Bo. Yay, Bo. And so family, we have a lot of comments that I got to get to, and so I want to make sure I'm recognizing all these scholars. And first and foremost, I want to recognize Charles and Michaela Turner, and they say the word of the day yesterday was responsible, and I was loving all of your comments about the video yesterday, about our Q&A, our interview with our guest Kimberly, and you guys made some great comments about the word of the day, which was responsibility. And once again, Charles and Michaela Turner says, we are responsible for making sure our rooms are clean and feeding our turtles. Yes, you guys have pet turtles. That's wonderful. Yes, you want to make sure that they're fed. That's a great responsibility. So Michaela and Charles. Rodney Tanksley says, good morning from Rodney. I have to be responsible and help keep my house clean. And sometimes I feed our cat. Once again, that's a great responsibility, taking care of another life, but also making sure that your house is clean. That's a great responsibility, Rodney. And so also, Zori Green says, I live near a girls' high, and the hospital she works in is huge. It is pretty big. It is a huge hospital. Also, Zori says, I am learning Japanese on Duolingo, and I'm going to do a funny Bloxburg series on my other channel. So that's a plug for Zori. Make sure you check out her Bloxburg series on her channel. But I'm really proud that you are learning Japanese, Zori. That's a responsibility as well. Demaine Austin says, hi, Brother Mark. The word of the day means all the things your parents expect you to do. Absolutely. That's being responsible. Your parents expect you to do some things, and you're responsible for that. So good job, Demaine. Dr. Kelly says, yes, Sister Kimberly, thank you for your ongoing servant leadership, and thank you particularly for your service in this time. Yes, special shout out to Sister Kimberly, from Dr. Kelly. Thank you, Dr. Kelly, for your comment. Miss Bowens. So Miss Bowens says, good morning, Sankofa family. First, I want to thank you, Baba Mark, for having the interview today for our scholars. It was very informative and reassuring, not just for my children, but for myself also. The word of the day is responsible. We as parents are responsible for making sure that our scholars are completing their work on a daily basis, also making sure that they feel safe and secure. Yes, that is a very important responsibility for our parents, and the Bowens parents are always doing such a phenomenal job at that. Thank you for your comment, and thank you for your love, and thank you for being such a phenomenal parent, Ms. Bowens. Randy Jameson says the word of the day is responsible. We are responsible for doing our work the best we can, because if we did our work the best we can, we won't stay. Wait, if we did not do our work the best that we can, we would stay in the same grade. Absolutely. And I'm glad you know that, Randy. And Randy, I just want to say, brother, you are doing such a phenomenal job in this cyber experience. I'm really proud of you, brother. Keep being responsible. My Asia Gonzalez Williams says, I am responsible for washing dishes every day when almost all of them are dirty. Yeah, that's a pretty, my daughter washes dishes too, and she doesn't like it either, but I'm glad that you're doing them. It's a great responsibility to have. Thank you, my Asia Gonzalez Williams. Also, Soraya Burnett. Soraya says, and I'm having trouble. Okay, Soraya Burnett says, I am responsible for cleaning my room, watering the plants, washing the dishes, helping keep the house clean. But most of all, I am responsible for myself, especially during this pandemic. You have to keep washing your hands. Don't touch your face. Stay 6 feet apart, and make sure that you are wearing your masks and gloves when you go out. Stay safe, everyone. A very special and responsible message from Soraya. Thank you for that, Soraya. Brother Isaiah Thomas says, I am responsible for cleaning up my room. Yes, another person who's responsible for cleaning their room, and I appreciate that. As a father who wants his children to make sure that their rooms are clean, I appreciate you scholars saying that you're responsible for cleaning up your room. That's a great responsibility. Thank you, Brother Isaiah. Caden Austin says, my sisters are responsible for watching me and my baby brother. And by the way, good morning, Brother Martinez. Well, good morning to you, Caden. What are you responsible for? All right, thank you for that, Brother Caden. Miss Lydia Wells says, responsible for doing our part in this pandemic. Yes, thank you, Miss Lydia Wells. I appreciate that. We are all responsible for doing our part. Absolutely. Mooney Regan says, the word of the day is responsible. The principle is Kuumba, and that means creativity. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Munir. Anaya Hayes says, washing your hands is good for you. Absolutely. Even if there is no pandemic or no viruses around, it's just good hygiene to make sure that you're washing your hands all the time. Thank you for that reminder, Anaya. Maribel Rivera says, muy buena información. Thanks. Absolutely. Thank you. Muchas gracias for your comment, Miss Rivera. Ramaya Jameson says, the word of the day is responsible. Thank you for that, sister. Tasneen Hayes says, I made a boat. Well, I would love to see that boat, sister. Take a picture, forward it to us so I can put it on Morning Circle. But she also says, why did my pop die and my grandpa die? And Tasneen, when my father passed away, I had to explain to my daughters that their pop passed away because his life was over here and he had to transition into something else that the universe had to offer, and he is in a better place, and we can continue that conversation if you need to, but just know that you are loved and he is still loving you with his energy. Yay, Bo. So shout out to Tasneen Hayes for your comment. Zoe Morales says, how do you, and I don't know what else she said. I have to check my comments again, but shout out to Zoe Morales. Mooney Riggins once again says, good morning. And Sarani Bowen says, good morning to the from the entire Bowens family, our entire Sankofa family. We miss you all. The word of the day is responsible. Our parents say that word a lot. I say it a lot as a father. All of us have different responsibilities in our family. My big brother is responsible for taking out the trash. My little sisters are responsible for feeding the turtles and fish. My older sisters are responsible for feeding the dogs. My baby brother is responsible for driving us nuts. And then we are responsible for helping out any way our parents want us to. See you tomorrow. Thank you for that, Sarani. I appreciate that. And that is a job. It is a responsibility to drive us nuts sometimes. I was the baby brother and I drove my brothers and sisters nuts all the time. And I felt like that was a big responsibility because it was entertaining. So anyway, thank you, Sarani. Zane Hayes says, I am responsible for taking out the trash and washing the dishes. Very good, brother. And I know how tough that can be, but I'm glad that you are taking that responsibility. And Soleil Hardy Moore says, hi, Bob and Mark. I am responsible for my chores. My mom always says I am responsible for my actions. Yes, you are. And I received your email. Thank you for your email. I appreciate that. And so that is our comments from yesterday, family. And so thank you all for continuing to comment and continuing to respond. We had a large number of views for yesterday, and I hope that you guys continue to be a part of Morning Circle and doing your work. Continue to do your work. Continue to be responsible because we are really proving a very strong point at this time. And that point is that Sankofa Freedom Academy Charter School continues to do work even when other people stop. A lot of people, a lot of schools are losing a lot of time doing their work. Some scholars, some students are just not doing in their work because they feel comfortable at home or because they just aren't putting in that time or taking that responsibility for themselves. And Sankofa is really doing a good job at showing that we can be responsible even when we are not in the school space. We are taking responsibility for ourselves and we are growing. And you guys are really proving that you can be responsible, from our kindergartners, our babies in the Yoruba Nation, all the way up to our 12th graders in the upper school. So thank you all so much for that. And continue to be creative, continue to be on your knee, and continue to be determined, and continue to have faith, continue to move forward with purpose. And let's think about how much more we can do to be responsible and show that we are an excellent institution even during these times. Let's think about that. How can we be great? How much more can we do to show that we are responsible and be a great institution no matter how bad things get or no matter how uncomfortable or challenging things get? Let's think about that during a moment of silence. And our moment of silence begins now. Let's take a deep breath. Ashe. And so, family, I have this smile on my face this entire time, I feel like, because I'm just so proud of how well you guys have done just these past 2 months in our cyber experience. And I am so hopeful, and so I have so much confidence that this summer is even still going to be productive. Even when we are on summer vacation, I feel like these scholars have gotten into such a habit of being productive, being on your Nia, and showing Kurumba and showing Kuji Chakalia, that even in the summer we're going to be productive. And so thank you for that. And I have faith that next school year is going to be a powerful school year. For the next couple of weeks, family, you are going to see more videos from the Zulu Nation and the Yoruba Nation because, family, they are doing their move-up ceremonies. But I'm asking facilitators from all grades to please send your videos, and because I would like to show progress from every class, because you guys are moving on to your next grade. Zulu Nation will be in middle school in Red Shirt Land next year. Yoruba Nation will move up to Congo Nation. Congo Nation will move up to Kush Nation, and so on and so forth. And Songhai Nation will move up to the Zulu Nation. And then we'll also have new babies in our school, new Yoruba scholars. And I'm looking forward to that. And I want to continue to praise you all for all the great work that you had. But we gotta still continue our work. So I'm gonna let you go from here. Make sure that you sign into SFA, cs.us, and click on that cyber link that says Lover School. Sign into that attendance tracker and get on to your work. Yay, Bo? Yay, Bo. Okay, family, so tomorrow I'm gonna be coming to you from a very special place. I hope that you sign in tomorrow and check me out, because I'm gonna be doing Morning Circle from a very special place. And so I'll see you then. All right, family? Peace. Love you. Bye-bye.
Mo Jack the Billy Tattoo.